Hi everyone, welcome back to PlanetJayy Astrology. Today's video is going to be on Virgo Sun. So if you have your sun in Virgo, this video is for you, and stay tuned because we will be posting sun in the houses after we finish these 12 sun sign videos. So stay tuned for that. This will probably be, I think this is like the 7th video in the astrology series, or no, this is the 7th video in the sun signs portion of the astrology series and the 8th video in the entire astrology series altogether. So keep watching because we're just going to keep going through all of the placements in the natal chart and just teach you guys everything you need to know about astrology, because that's what you get here at PlanetJayy. But anyway, if you are a Virgo sun, today we're going to talk about the positive and the negative traits about Virgos, as it is important to consider both for all signs. Every sign has karmic lessons surrounding their archetype that they have to learn, so we have to talk about the positives that Virgo brings to the table and the karmic lessons that Virgo has as well. Okay, so let's get into it. What do we need to know about this sign of Virgo? Well, Virgo is a earth sign, and they are ruled by planet Mercury. That is that glyph or that symbol right there underneath the Virgo symbol. And they are related, we'll say related, not the sister sign, but related to Gemini, who is also ruled by Mercury. Virgo is the sign ruled by the planet of communication, knowledge, research, depending on if you're following sidereal astrology or tropical astrology. Mercury represents mathematics. If you follow sidereal astrology, Mars is more linked to mathematics, and that's why you'll find that people with Mars and Virgo are great mathematicians. But in general, Virgo is ruled by Mercury, the planet of communication and knowledge. Gemini likes to communicate, to talk, to learn through people, whereas Virgo likes to watch and study and analyze. And that's the part of Mercury that they embody: the analyzation, the organization of information, sometimes the teaching of information to others, the way of relaying that in an efficient and together way. So Virgos are very organized people. They like to, put everything in their place. They like to leave something better than the way they found it. In addition to this, they are very tidy people. Most Virgos, or especially Virgo suns and Virgo placements, Virgo moons especially, will like to keep a tight home, a tight area. And sometimes it's not even that they are like 100% like the cleanest person you've met, but that everything has a place and they will know if something is off because they are very tidy and organized. Virgos are very patient people. They have a lot of compassion for others. They do come off as a bit more reserved as an earth sign, but they have a lot of compassion, similar to their sister sign of Pisces. Pisces is just a water sign, so they wear their heart on their sleeve, whereas Virgos try to be patient, and their ability to be patient and humble with others is their way of showing how much they care. Virgos are very detail-oriented, and they like to be helpful. They really like to help people reach their full potential. They have a really great way of looking at a situation from an objective standpoint and just see what is needed. And so when they meet people, they do the same thing. They always are thinking about how they can help somebody. And that can be good and bad depending on the way that you look at it. But, a Virgo really loves a project more than anything. Virgos love a project, something that they can work on and, just make better. Now to move on to the not so great qualities about Virgo. Yeah, Virgos are ruled by Mercury. So that communication, the thoughts, the research, the analytical nature, the seeing every possible outcome can very quickly become something that leads to Virgo acting out of compulsion, acting out of perfectionism, and being very worrisome or critical, because like I said, they like to stand back and look at a situation from all points of view, and they do this with themselves too. Virgos are very critical of themselves more than anybody else. but their natural nature is to look at something and see what is right and what is wrong. But because they are also ruled by Mercury, the planet of communication, they often communicate when they find something to be off too. And it can be a bit off-putting to some people that don't want to be worrying about everything that is on Virgo's mind. But like I said, Virgo does this to help. And they often are very critical of themselves too. So similar to their sister sign, they are misunderstood in the way that they show compassion to others. Sometimes Pisces is misunderstood because people say that they are too delusional or seeing things with rose-tinted glasses, whereas Virgo is the opposite. Their sister sign is the opposite, where they are a realist and they try to really see things for, how they are and then work from there. So because Virgos prefer to go through life like this, they can become very insecure and perfectionists at times because they are so hyper aware of what needs to be fixed. And sometimes it is very overwhelming for them to figure out how to deal with it all in an efficient way, right? Because Virgo is an earth sign, so they want to do things in a practical, pragmatic, and efficient way. Virgo is also, being an earth sign, they can come off as a bit standoffish to other people most of the time. They look like they are ignoring people, but it's because they are deep in thought. They have a lot of things running through their mind, being ruled by Mercury, the planet that rules the mind, communication, and all of those things. In addition to this, they can come off as nagging because, like I said, they really want to be helpful to people. And when I'll say you probably prefer a Virgo that nags you to get things done because they see your potential than a Virgo that doesn't speak to you or talk to you or standoffish with you because they don't see the potential in you, and therefore they don't see the value in nagging you, the value in, keeping up with you and all of that, if that makes sense. At the same time, Virgos being an earth sign, being ruled by Mercury, their sense of humor can be very sarcastic and sometimes borderline being cynical, similar to their other related or relative of Gemini being ruled by Mercury too, which are known to have, sometimes a dirty sense of humor or, something that's just very sarcastic and, meant to get the attention of whoever is listening to it. Virgos like dark humor. They understand just how hard in real life can be, and so they are the type to really want to kind of like make a joke out of it. However, most Virgos don't really like to hear their friends talk about themselves in that way too. Virgos can be a bit irritable and restless because of everything that is on their mind, and at times they can be a bit compulsive because of this. In addition to this, a lot of Virgos that I have done readings for and just met in this lifetime are very picky. They like things to be done a certain way. They feel like they have a rhyme and reason to everything, and they like to stick by it. Being an earth sign, they like to kind of stick with that routine that they create, and sometimes it's hard for them to bend, especially if they are, in that place of being very compulsive or critical. But ultimately, they mean well, and Virgo, like all the other signs, is a really great sign. And stay tuned because the next sign that we will go through will be Libra. And like I said, stay tuned for the Sun in the Houses videos and everything. Thank you guys so much, and don't forget to like and subscribe.